Hi, friends! Please turn on the captions, as today's content is a bit heavy. The subtitles will definitely help you digest the information better. I hope you're ready. Let's go. Section 1. Why you need to work on your oral section. Before we begin crafting the perfect answer, let's talk about why the way you answer is so important. The PSLE oral examination isn't just about speaking, it's about communicating clearly and confidently. But to do that, you need to understand what the examiners are looking for. You, the new generation of students, have faced some unique challenges. You've gone through your formative years with teachers and strangers masked up, which meant less facial expression input and less social interaction. You're growing up in a world where people, and maybe you, spend hours glued to phones, which means we might miss out on learning how to read body language or facial expressions, skills that are crucial in understanding how others feel and responding appropriately. Through this oral examination, I think it's a great opportunity for you to learn the importance of facial expressions and body language. This is a skill you'll carry with you, not just for your examinations, but also in real life, whether you're communicating with friends, with family, or in the workplace one day. Section 2. Visual literacy and how it helps you break down the picture prompt. Now, let's talk about visual literacy. In simple terms, visual literacy means the ability to understand and interpret images and symbols. In the world of language arts, this includes being able to look at a picture and figure out what's happening just by studying things such as facial expressions, body language, colors, and even the setting. In the PSLE Oral, for the stimulus-based conversation section, you will need to answer questions like, how do you think the people in the picture are feeling? Being able to analyze the picture carefully will help you answer in a more developed and thoughtful way. So, being aware of the different elements that make up the image, the posture, facial expressions, and objects in the background, will make your response stronger and more insightful. Section 3. Crafting your responses. Okay, now let's dive into the actual questions. Here's how you can craft your answers effectively. For question 1, how do you think the people in the photograph might be feeling? Why? The family of 3 seems to be feeling happy, judging by their smiles and the relaxed way they're sitting. They are leaning slightly forward, likely because they're focused on the candles, which might be the highlight of the moment. The adult male is probably the birthday boy, as he's sitting in the middle and directly in front of the cake that had lit candles on it. I think they're celebrating a birthday, as the balloons in the background add as decoration to amplify the festive atmosphere. For question 2, do you like to celebrate birthdays? Why or why not? For your answer, do aim to give your opinion and share a relevant experience. You can answer it like this. I have mixed feelings about birthday celebrations. While I enjoy attending and organizing them, I'm also aware of the unnecessary pressure they can place on my guests, which I will elaborate later on. Last month, I celebrated my birthday with a magic performance. The magician did something that caught me completely off guard. When he waved his wand and said, "Abracadabra," he then threw a white furry ball towards me, the birthday girl. I was horrified as I thought it was a rabbit, as it was a typical item that magicians in cartoons would conjure up. Luckily, it was just a fluffy sock, part of a funny prank. He even assured us that the sock was newly bought and it was clean. Although I enjoy parties, I know they come with some pressure. Often, there's an expectation to give gifts or to wear a costume like a princess outfit for a princess theme party, which can be tough for families that live from hand to mouth as they can be costly. Therefore, when I plan parties, I always make sure I indicate clearly on the invitation that no gifts are needed, and the dress code is casual. That way, my guests can just enjoy the celebration without any added pressure or stress. Question 3. Do you think it is important to have celebrations? Why or why not? Yes, I believe celebrations are very important, especially in a fast-paced society like ours. In Singapore, we tend to come together during big festivals like Christmas, New Year, or Chinese New Year. Birthdays are another chance for family and friends to reconnect and celebrate life together. Every year that we grow older is a blessing, and we should celebrate our birthdays. But celebrations come with responsibilities too. For example, my mother usually does a lot of the cooking, and after the party, a lot of cleaning. So I make sure to help her out. I also try to be mindful of the noise because we can be very noisy when we play. Since we live in a flat, I ensure that we keep the windows and doors closed during games and activities. Some people might prefer not to have parties at home because of the cleanup, so they will look for alternative venues from celebrating in a restaurant to booking an indoor playground. These activities cost money and not every family is ready for the splurge. Whether it's a simple home gathering or a more elaborate event, it's important to celebrate life. But we should also be considerate of each other's time and resources. Now that we have come to the end of the model answer section, I hope the model answers have helped you expand the way you think about the questions that were given, and that you are now better equipped to craft your own responses. I always recommend a 4-stage preparation. Firstly, you need to identify the common themes from the past few years, from school prelims to PSLE examinations. Secondly, brainstorm all the possible questions that could be asked for each theme. Thirdly, craft your answers in response to those questions. I highly recommend that you type them out so you can slow down your thinking process. Lastly, you need to be able to rattle off everything you have crafted verbally and smoothly when given the verbal prompt. I highly recommend that you get your uncles or aunties to ask you the questions, so you will get comfortable saying what you have to say in front of different people. This will help you build your confidence when facing others. Remember, eye contact is very important for questions 2 and 3, as you no longer need to refer to the picture. Please work on your eye contact. If you are shy, you can fix your gaze between the examiner's eyes. Remember to look at both examiners during the PSLE, as there will be 2 markers. I recommend switching from examiner to examiner after each sentence and not mid-sentence, or your gaze will appear too frantic. If you are comfortable with eye contact, you can use the triangle gaze. Look at the first examiner. Sweep your gaze from their left eye to their right eye to their mouth and back to the left eye, moving through this triangle slowly. Remember, the key is to be slow. Otherwise, you may appear as if you are having a panic attack. Remember, in your oral exams, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. By using your observations, understanding body language, and crafting thoughtful responses, you can show the examiners that you have a deep understanding of the topic and are confident in your communication skills. I hope this video helps you feel more prepared for your PSLE English Oral. Keep practicing and you'll do great. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tips and lessons. See you next time.